Hey songwriter, what is going on? My name is Chad Shank. Welcome back to At-Home Songwriting. I wanted to do another video where I answer some questions, or actually one specific question from a viewer. So I posted a video about a week or so ago, and somebody asked in the comments, do I need to rhyme? Do I really need to rhyme as I'm writing songs? So I wanted to answer this question. And if you have other questions, put them in the comments. I'm happy to kind of talk through things. But what I wanted to do is answer this question, do I have to rhyme? So the fast answer is no. You do not have to rhyme. In fact, sometimes not rhyming is exactly what the song needs. And I think a lot of times as writers, we get caught up into this searching for the best rhymes kind of mindset, and we forget all of the other tools that we have in our toolbox. And the word tool here is what is so crucial as you are trying to write better songs. And what I want you to remember is rhyme is just another tool. It's the same type of a tool as rhythm. It's the same type of a tool as the number of lines. It's the same type of tool as kind of the meter of the lines. It's rhyme is just like chords, right? So everything is a tool that you use to communicate emotions in your song. So what is the job of a rhyme? Well, first off, let's define what a rhyme is, right? So a rhyme is a sonic relationship between syllables. So they are syllables that have a sonic relationship, and that usually means some kind of sonic match. And when we talk about the word match, what we're really talking about is a form of resolution. So resolution is when things balance, when things come to a natural conclusion, and when the sort of the motion stops. Right? So resolution in music is when the chords all, the frequencies and the chords, they all kind of jive and they fit together and they resolve. They come to a conclusion. That's the same thing that's happening with rhyme. So when you think about perfect rhyme, right? So how do we define perfect rhyme? Well, perfect rhyme is like cat and hat, right? So that's a very simple example of a perfect rhyme, cat and hat. So the words, if you notice, they are starting not resolved. So there's an H and a C. So we have the K and the H sound, right? The H sound, C sound. So we're starting from a place of not being resolved. Then we have a vowel that matches the A sound. So the A sound matches. And then it resolves with the T sound. So we come to a complete and full resolution because those consonants match exactly. So cat and hat, it starts unresolved and then it goes to complete resolution. So it's perfectly resolved. That's why it's called perfect rhyme. So that is the equivalent of going to your tonic in your chords, right? So that's the equivalent of going home. That's going to one. The chord just feels like, it's completely resolved. So a lot of times writers make this mistake of thinking they need to use perfect rhyme, and their rhymes all need, or their songs rather, all need to rhyme in order to sort of be real songs, right? So we overcorrect on the power of the rhymes, and we don't actually understand what the rhyme is doing. So if we take this concept of resolution, we can extend it to what rhyme actually does. So when you think of lyrics, lyrics are communicating three things. They're communicating an idea, that's the content of the word. The lyrics are also communicating rhythm, which is the syllable structure, the syllable pattern, the meter. And then also lyrics are communicating sonically, which is where rhyme comes into play. So when you have these different levels of what lyrics are doing, rhyme becomes a sort of a tool where you control the flow of your lyric, and in turn, that controls the flow of your song as a whole. So what do I mean by this? As we said, rhyme is a resolution. Resolution is a stop. Resolution is a conclusion. So rhyme in your song is telling your listener, I'm wrapping something up here. Something is coming to a point. Something is coming to this conclusion, resolution, point, whatever word you want to use. And what that does is it tells the listener that we are either going to start going somewhere new or we're just done completely, right? So that's why you see rhyme at the end of sections where you have like an A, B, A, B. You have this, what we would call kind of forward motion where you have an A line and a B line. There's no resolution yet. And then the A matches and then the B matches. It comes to a complete satisfying resolution. So the motion stops. So that's one job of your rhymes. The next job of your rhymes is it controls what we would call the pace. And what we mean by pace is how fast the momentum of the section seems to go. And the thing here is the closer together your rhymes are, the faster the section seems to move. So the closer together your rhymes happen, the faster the section seems to move. So that means the further apart your rhymes are, the slower the section seems to move. So you can control the pace or the feeling of movement within your section with rhyme. And I have a whole workshop on my website, athomesongwritingcourses.com, where you can watch how to use rhyme as a tool, not as a necessity. Go over there if you want to check that out. It's free. But then the third point here is rhyme controls it controls the resolution, it controls the pace, and then it also controls flow. So if you rhyme in the middle of a section, if you bring resolution in the middle of a section, it makes the section feel divided, and it makes it feel like we're moving to a new thought. So you have a choice to make. You can either have it go what's called through written, where it's written from the top to the bottom. That's like an A-B section. Or you can have what's called fragmented, where it stops. It resolves in the section, which is A-A-B-B. Each of those has their own set of feelings, and they feel different, and they signal different things. So to pull all of this back, the original question was, do I need to rhyme? No. What you need to do is understand what rhyme does for your songs, so you're not just doing it because you think you have to. Because when we think about this concept of prosody is how the structure supports what we are saying. Prosody is the body language of our songs. It's kind of like a font, right? Like when you think of writing, you could have a nice, pleasant font that says, I love you and miss you so much, right? Nice and swirly letters. Oh, it's just so sweet. And then you could have big, blocky, bloody looking letters and it says, I love you so much and I miss you, right? It's just the font. The words are the same. That's what you need to think about as you're writing your songs. You have to think about, what am I trying to say? And do I want resolution in the midst of this message? Because a mistake that we can make is if we use too perfect of rhymes or we rhyme too much, it can start to not match the emotion or the feeling of what we're trying to communicate. So do you have to rhyme? No, you just should know what effect the rhymes have on what you're trying to say. Sometimes if you're writing a really stressful or unsettled type of a song, not rhyming is exactly what the song needs because there's no resolution in what's being said. So if you want to check out other craft videos, check out this next video. And again, free rhyme workshop at my website at athomesongwritingcourses.com. I also do free weekly meetings where you can meet other songwriters, and monthly free workshops. Go over there and I'll see you in the next video.